Hey guys, Jonah here back once again with a beer review. And yeah, I thought after a little bit of hard thinking over the last day or so, I would give this explosive one a go. And I have had it for a while, not a massive amount of time. I'm pretty sure it's still in date, but I'm doing this bad boy, the Tiki Tropic Guava Pale Ale. It's a special edition by Vocation Brewery, coming in at 4% ABV, so not too bad. Look at that. Looks like I've got this Tika kind of skull or whatever on my face. Absolutely ridiculous. He's even got a thing. A skull. It says, dreaming of your next vacation. One sip will transport you to tropical paradise. Luxurious, floral and fruity. Everything you'd expect for the perfect getaway. Hoppy, tropical and fruity. Made with galaxy hops. It says soft, thick, sweet with fresh guava juice. A bit of lactose in there as well. Your beer is our vocation. And we look over here at the very fine small print. We have got oats. Doesn't say wheat, but yeah, barley, oats, and lactose. Now, the problem with this is I did the squeezy squeezer. I was squeezing this geezer, and this can is proper tight. If you look, I don't know if you can see, but the top of the can here is kind of domed. So pressure has definitely built up in this bad boy. So I have my bandana just in case, because I'm going to give it a pressure test. I'm going to try and open this as very, wow, yes, that was very, very pressurized. So hopefully this is not going to explode. No, that is good. Bandana intact. Ooh, right, I'm going to use my Vocation pint glass, which is fantastic. Wow. Okay, and if I needed to know whether this was under pressure or carved or whatever, might have to do some editing on this bad boy. You know, I'm a master at editing. You guys know that already. But what you don't know is that is obviously a well overcarved beer with a fist. This is giving it a fisting. So yeah, I'm gonna let this go down a little bit. Then I'm going to be back with the review. So this will be the first edited review I've done in a while. So I'll give it a go, and I will see you. Well, I'm back, and look at that. That is the result. We are now probably looking, middle fingers, looking at 2 fingerhead after like 10 minutes of waiting. But I wanted to get a nice picture for my video of just like what, see what we can do, or maybe we could do a vocation like that. I don't know. All I know is that it's an epic head, and I'm glad. So, to you, dear viewer, when you have a beer, always, especially in a can, in a bottle, it could explode, and then that would be bad. But when you get your beer and you've had it for a while, especially where you have some fruit, in this case it's guava, fruit beers tend to add lots of carbonation. So give it a squeeze. If it's really, really tense, look at the top, and if there's a bulge at all in the top, get that bad boy into the fridge, okay, because the coldness, get it as cold as you can. Don't freeze it, that's not what I'm saying. But a cold liquid, beer especially, absorbs the carbon dioxide into suspension in the liquid, and you will get a killer head like you've just seen. But when you open that can, it won't be Vesuvius, which we're all trying to avoid. Right, so look, the head has kind of gone down quite a way. We are left with a sort of huge bubbles, soap suds from Vocation for the nation. So let this beer review begin. See what we get. Not much on the nose. Very clean, very kind of crisp, but not so much fruit. If there was any fruit in there at all, it would be like lemon zest, yeah, lemon meringue pie, perhaps, something along those lines. But it is not. It's not prolific at all. Oh, did that door just move? Or was it just me? Anyway, let's dive in, guys. Ooh. Wow. Like I said, this was really chilled, so I got it as cold as I possibly could, which is not doing my teeth any favours. Quite hoppy, quite sharp, but yeah, it's tropical. It has got that lemonness in there. What were the hops? Galaxy. So a little bit of yeah, tropical hops anyway. But don't forget, this has got the guava juice in, which I very much suspect is the reason why this is overcarbonated. Perhaps some residual sugar. Maybe that's the lactose because it's got some extra lactose in as well. I didn't do that, but look, very cloudy beer, but nice. And at yeah, what have they called this? 4% beer. Just says pale ale. Thank God they haven't called it Guava Session, Imperial Session, Mild Ale, IPA. Pale ale. That is exactly what this is. It's pale ale. It's not a session IPA. Thank God. Cool and the gang. Let's go back in for some more. It's very well carbonated, so I'm probably going to have huge belchers to come. And that carbonation is giving a little bit of kind of acidic taste. It's weird because carbonated water doesn't have a taste as such, but because it's got so much carbon dioxide in it, kind of creates a very, very weak carbonic acid, which is an acid, obviously, which does take on that kind of, yeah, acidic, lemony kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Although the water itself, carbonated water, does not taste like lemons. This, on the other hand, it kind of does. It, for me, this definitely has a kind of lemony hue along with that lovely guava juice. It's just such a shame that it was so overcarbonated. I'm going to do a quick check here, see if I can. I usually put it on the bottom. There we go. Can you guys see that? June 23, and here we are, November 22. So that had at least 6 months left on the best before date. This, if I kept it, would have exploded in my cupboard, I think, because we don't usually keep beers, or I don't anyway, keep them in the fridge under cool cellar temperature, although we should do probably. But if you're going to buy a fruit beer or a beer that's had, it says added fruit, and this one's got guava juice as an addition in there, please, please, please be careful, just in case. And that is from your loving uncle to you. Oh, by the way, if you want to do me a favour for giving you such legendary advice, please click like and subscribe. Join the Jonna Army, and we'll go taking the world of craft beer and real ale and drink it all, and then probably piss it up the wall or something like that. Or maybe that's just me. When I was a younger man, back in the day, jumpers for goalposts. I'm still getting that lemon meringue pie kind of thing going on. And yeah, the other thing about having a really overcarbonated beer is, like I say, the carbonation, when you drink it, just bursts in your palate and you've got no chance. It just destroys some of your taste buds. It destroys some of that experience. So sometimes you probably see me, although I like my tide lines on my beer, sometimes you see me doing something along these lines. And that is, for a beer like this, purely trying to drive some of that carbonation out of the beer itself. All right, let's go back in again. That is very nice. I have to say, that is a very, very nice beer. It's just such a shame it was spoiled to some degree by the overcarbonation itself. I'm now getting that creaminess from the oats. Now that some of the carbonation has gone off, and maybe I'll try and get a bit more of that carbon to come out. Look at that, see? Do a bit of that, and that massive, ginormous head is coming. But can you see it's really dropping quickly? In this case, the lactose and the oats balance the kind of bitterness, the lemoniness, the acidity, if you like. Although I am getting some sweetness, just balancing on those whiskers that I need to cut back. I'm going to probably cut this beard back a bit. I shape it every now and then, as you well see, but yeah, no good for tasting things because it gets stuck in your beard, doesn't it? And as I'm getting to the bottom, this probably is the best for this particular beer. It's really coming into its own now. You've got a nice residual sweetness now that that acidity from the carbon dioxide has gone away. Very drinkable at 4%, which is fantastic. The oats and the lactose help balance things out, and the oats especially make it creamy. It's not a huge amount of hop bitterness. The hops are there, the guava's there, giving this tropical, it's like a tropical milkshake. I do beg your pardon, but that's what happens when you have huge head. Lovely balanced sweetness. Just, it is like a sort of, have you ever had the Indian dessert ice cream drink sort of yogurt stuff called lassi? This is like a guava lassi drink. Absolutely fantastic. You know what? I think I'm going to wait until all the carbon drops out and finish that finger, maybe a couple of fingers of this beer in private. Maybe I'll dim the lights. I love it. I reckon that's still pretty good beer. It's just a shame that yeah, it was so overcarbed. I reckon 4 out of 5 for that one if I was going to score. And yeah, make sure you follow me on Untapped, and then you can read all my scores. This has been Uncle Jonah, drinking beers, drinking fruit beers, degassing fruit beers so you don't have to. We'll be back tomorrow with another review. You guys take care until then, and remember, drink some wonderful beer.